Hey, what up, guys? So I just saw the movie Him. I feel like it's a perfect time to see this movie just because we are in the middle of the NFL season. So why not go watch a horror movie about football? So in the movie Him, you have Marlon Wayans who plays the retiring and aging quarterback Isaiah White. Now, Isaiah White is considered the greatest of all time because he's won like 8 championships. And after he won his last championship, he suffered like a really big injury, but then he was still able to continue to play 14 more years. Now, years later, we have this young and up-and-coming quarterback, Cameron Cade. Now, everyone is saying he's supposed to be Isaiah White's successor. The thing is, before the NFL Combine, where players go and show off their skills, Cameron Cade actually gets attacked by a random person, and because of the head injury that he suffered, he's forced to skip the combine. People think he's not ready for the NFL level. However, Isaiah White, he sees potential in Cameron Cade, so he invites Cameron to his isolated compound, which is like in the middle of the desert. And he offers to train Cameron for an entire week to see if he's truly worthy of being his next successor. Now, the movie itself, it's split up into literally 7 different days, and each day represents like a new lesson for Cameron Cade to learn from Isaiah White. As the movie goes on, it starts off pretty tame. Like, Isaiah White is just showing Cameron Cade the ropes. He's teaching Cameron all these football skills to make him even better. So that's pretty much Isaiah White's role. He's like a mentor. Now, as the movie goes on, the training does get a lot more intense. It goes from like basic football skills to like really crazy shit. So as I was watching this movie, I was like, okay, this movie is starting off very promising. You have this really good quarterback who's about to retire, and he decides to become a mentor to this new up-and-coming quarterback who's going to become like his successor one day. The only thing is that he uses like extreme methods to like train him. Now, after the first act of the film, that's when it falls flat. I mean, this was supposed to be like a horror film, but there weren't enough horror elements in this movie, in my opinion. Like, before going into this movie, I had an idea on what it was going to be about. So this is what I envisioned for this film to be. Because I knew that Isaiah White was gonna train Cameron really hard. Like, I was expecting a lot more scenes where Isaiah White would use like really crazy training methods for Cameron Cade. But to be quite honest with you, there weren't actually a whole lot of scenes like that. I mean, there are probably like 1 or 2 scenes where Isaiah White used crazy training methods on Cameron Cade. Honestly, I thought Isaiah White would be a lot more violent with his methods. I was a bit disappointed with just how they handled the violent aspect and the horror aspect. I don't know if this movie was supposed to be scary, but it was more like a thriller to me. And there are just some scenes where it just seems so random. Like, I don't know what was going on. Like, you have characters that are just like popping in and out of the screen, and I don't know like why they're there or what their role was. I feel like this film was just missing a lot of depth and emotions. I mean, this movie had so much potential with like directions that they could have gone. I thought the movie was just okay. Walking out of the theater, I didn't like really feel much of anything. I wanted to feel scared and just thrilled, like I wanted to have like an edge of your seat type of movie, but with Him, I didn't get any of these feelings. Although I will say the ending was like a crazy climax. It was like a really bloody and brutal ending, which I like. So the ending was probably the best part of the movie. I mean, if there's one thing that I really liked about this movie, was Marlon Wayans' acting. Like, I normally see him in comedies, so it was refreshing to see him like take on a more serious role, and his acting in this film was actually really good. But that's the sad part. Like, his acting was the best part about the movie. Do I recommend Him? Honestly, I don't recommend this movie just because of how disappointed I was. But if you're really curious, then go watch it. But I'm here to tell you that this movie was really disappointing. Thank you guys again for watching this movie review. Until the next time, peace.